There's a new hero shooter in town, and this one features superheroes you probably already know and love. That's right, it's Marvel Rivals. With a roster of 33 heroes to play with, we're gonna go through each one alongside some Easter eggs and references that the developers put in. This is 107 facts about Marvel Rivals. Number 1. Marvel Rivals was developed by NetEase Games in collaboration with Marvel Games. This isn't the first Marvel-related project that NetEase Games has developed, previously developing Marvel Super War in 2019 and Marvel Duel in 2020. Rivals was their most ambitious title, and it went through a few closed alpha and beta tests before officially releasing on December 6, 2024. Number 2. The story behind Marvel Rivals starts when two Doctor Dooms, one from the present and one from 2099, create the time stream entanglement, merging timelines into chaotic chronoverses where Marvel heroes and villains with varying motivations must fight for survival, forming unexpected alliances and rivalries, which explains why most traditional heroes and villains are teaming up together despite their differences. Number 3. The character Galacta serves as the narrator for Marvel Rivals. If you're not familiar with Galacta, long story short, she's the daughter of Galactus, devourer of worlds. Galacta possesses Galactus's cosmic hunger, but unlike her father, whom she has a strained relationship with, Galactus strives to coexist with humanity by feeding on harmful microorganisms rather than planets. Number 4. Galacta is voiced by the amazing Cassandra Lee Morris. Video game and anime fans alike will recognize the name as she's voiced Morgana in Persona 5, Sothis in Fire Emblem Three Houses, Elphelt Valentine in the Guilty Gear series, Taiga in Toradora, and Ritsu in K-On! Number 5. One of the best parts of Marvel Rivals is that it currently includes 33 playable characters, all already unlocked, so no need to spend time trying to unlock them. These heroes are split into 3 different types of characters, each specializing in a certain type of play. We'll go through these characters by types and then alphabetically so it isn't, so confusing. Number 6. The first type of character is the Vanguard character, which are akin to tanks and other team-based shooters. They excel in the front lines, defending allies, and pushing back enemies. Our first Vanguard character is Bruce Banner / Hulk. As the Hulk, you have strong melee attacks and high HP, however the downside is that if you take fatal damage, you become Bruce Banner, and need to gather gamma radiation to transform back into the Hulk. If you're in the Hulk form for a while, your ultimate allows you to transform into Monster Hulk, unlocking knockback attacks and powerful World Breaker ultimates. For Overwatch fans, the Hulk is sometimes compared to Winston, with a mix of other characters. Number 7. The Hulk is voiced by veteran voice actor Fred Tatasciore. Tatasciore's voiced Hulk in other forms of media in the past. In addition to that, he's also the voice of Soldier 76 in Overwatch and Damon Baird in Gears of War. Number 8. With Hulk on the team, both he and Wolverine gain a unique team-up ability that allows the former to throw the latter. Each one has to initiate an interaction with the other to trigger it. The team-up ability, called the Fastball Special, is pulled straight from the comics, since the Fastball Special debuted in X-Men Volume 1, number 100 in May of 1976. During a battle against robotic versions of the original X-Men, Colossus hurled Wolverine through the air to attack a flying enemy, marking the first use of the maneuver. Number 9. Captain America, which is our next Vanguard character, utilizes his vibranium shield in Rivals to rush opponents and deflect projectiles. He also has the Freedom Charge ultimate, which is aptly named, and also gives extra health and movement speed to himself and nearby allies. Number 10. This iteration of Captain America is voiced by Brian Bloom, who you might know as the voice of Varric Tethras in Dragon Age, BJ Blazkowicz in the Wolfenstein series, or Nick Reyes in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Number 11. Our next Vanguard character is Doctor Strange, and he takes some notes from the Portal series of video games with his Pentagram of Farala, which allows him to teleport the team with portals. He's also equipped with the Cloak of Levitation that gives him the ability to fly. Some compare him to a mix of the Overwatch heroes Reinhardt and Symmetra. Number 12. Lending his voice to Doctor Strange is Liam O'Brien. O'Brien has voiced Yasuo in League of Legends, Illidan Stormrage in World of Warcraft, and one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, War in Darksiders. Number 13. Groot, whom I compare to May immediately after seeing his powers, focuses on area control with his walls. He has 2 types of walls, the Thornlash Wall, which targets enemies being attacked, and Ironwood Wall, which provides bonus HP based on damage dealt nearby. Number 14. Groot is voiced by Adam Harrington, who has also voiced Bigby Wolf in The Wolf Among Us, Shaco and Ryze in League of Legends, and Sid in Final Fantasy XV. Number 15. One of Groot's MVP animations references the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 post-credit scene where Rocket Raccoon taps on him to wake him up. Number 16. The Big Bad Magneto, which is often compared as a combination of Zarya and Sigma, but with significantly less feat showing. He has strong shielding abilities with his Metallic Curtain, Metal Bulwark, and Iron Bulwark. Number 17. James Arnold Taylor is the voice of Magneto in Rivals. He is known for his work as Ratchet in Ratchet & Clank, Titus in Final Fantasy X, and Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars The Clone Wars, the animated series. Number 18. The Rivals iteration of Penny Parker is looking a lot like Diva, but some fans compare her actual gameplay as a mix of Wrecking Ball, Junkrat, and Mauga. Penny relies on traps like Cyberweb Snare and Arachnomine, which is very much like Junkrat, while her ult gives her the ability to spam an area with mines similar to Wrecking Ball. Number 19. The amazing Sally Amaki voices Penny Parker in Marvel Rivals. Amaki is known for voicing Carol Olston in Tomo-chan is a Girl for both the English and Japanese dubs, Sakura Fujima in 22/7, and Akira Suzumura in Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. But in terms of video games, she's also voiced Kiriko in Overwatch. Number 20. Thor is likened to Doomfist in Overwatch, someone suited for aggressive playstyle, with a passive ability which grants bonus health or an awakened state for enhanced attacks. Mjolnir Bash gives him an attack with forward momentum, while Lightning Realm is an area of effect ability that hurts really bad. Number 22. Veteran voice actor Travis William provides the voice for Thor, with past voice roles including Grog in The Legend of Vox Machina, Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog, and Roy Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist. Number 22. To round out the last of the Vanguard characters is Venom. In Rivals, Venom is a high-mobility dive tank who excels in prolonged engagements by using his Venom Swing to launch into backlines and slam down on enemies, similar to one of his Overwatch counterparts, Wrecking Ball. His alien biology and symbiotic resistance allow him to restore significant health during combat, enabling him to sustain through fights. Venom gains overhealth that increases as his current health decreases, much like Ramacho's mechanics, making him harder to kill under pressure. Additionally, his cellular corrosion ability slows enemies, akin to Ramatra's Ravenous Vortex, making Venom a disruptive force capable of initiating fights, sustaining through damage, and controlling enemy movements. Number 23. Veteran voice actor Steve Blum swings in as the voice of Venom. You might know Blum for his roles as Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop, Ares in God of War, Orochimaru in Naruto. Number 24. The second type of characters are duelist characters. These are DPS-focused characters. They can deal immense damage, but are vulnerable when left exposed for too long. Our first duelist is Black Panther, a DPS hero that thrives in close quarters combat because, it's a Black Panther. Some fans have likened Black Panther to a combination of Genji and Doomfist, with his Vibranium mark enhancing his sprint rend ability, allowing dash resets on marked enemies, much like Genji's Swift Strike, while also restoring HP. Additionally, Black Panther generates shield health through his successful attacks, similar to Doomfist, making him a dynamic and resilient threat in skirmishes. Number 25. Black Panther is voiced by James Mathis III, who returns from voicing Black Panther in Marvel's Avengers. Mathis also provides a voice for Hildisvini in God of War Ragnarok. Number 26. The alternate skin for Black Panther, called Bast's Chosen, isn't T'Challa. Instead, Bast's Chosen is Bashenga, a distant ancestor who served as one of the prehistoric Avengers. Number 27. Black Widow's skills as an assassin make their way into Rivals. Black Widow is a hybrid fighter with both melee and ranged capabilities, which means that she excels in adaptability across various combat scenarios. Similar to Widowmaker, she uses scoped and unscoped shots for precise sniping and close-range engagements, controlling sightlines with the constant threat of instant headshots. However, unlike Widowmaker, she doesn't have the scope damage boost, so don't expect that when you're using Black Widow. Number 28. Black Widow is voiced by veteran voice actress Laura Bailey. Her past roles include Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, Jaina Proudmoore in World of Warcraft, Kate Diaz in Gears 5, and Lust in Full Metal Alchemist. Number 29. Black Widow's MCU outfit pulls directly from the solo Black Widow films, and so does her MVP animation, as it's taken straight from a scene in the film where Black Widow jumps out of a helicopter and strikes a landing pose. Number 30. The comparison between Black Widow and Overwatch's Widowmaker don't stop at the fans. Mike Ibarra, the former president of Blizzard, thinks that Black Widow is a ripoff of Widowmaker. Someone should probably tell him that, right? Number 31. Our next duelist is Hawkeye. Being an archer, Hawkeye is a range specialist who excels in long-range precision, combining Hanzo's bow and arrow mechanics with Zenyatta's versatility. His arrows can hit multiple targets and apply debuffs, while his Crescent Slash ability acts as a defensive melee tool to deflect projectiles and push enemies back, similar to Zenyatta's melee kick. Number 32. Hawkeye is voiced by Andrew Kishino, who also provides the voice of Yutaka Tamai in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Saw Gerrera in some past Star Wars media. Number 33. The firstborn child of Odin, Hela, comes to Rivals, and as a versatile duelist character who excels at consistent damage and positioning. Fans say she combines elements of Widowmaker, Cassidy, and Sojourn. Her primary fire delivers precise high damage headshots, while her Piercing Knight and Soul Drainer abilities allow her to stun a bunch of enemies for some devastating area effect detonations. Number 34. The voice behind Hela is Nika Futterman. Futterman's played villainous characters in the past like Asajj Ventress in Star Wars The Clone Wars, but also has fun ones like Lola Bunny in Space Jam: A New Legacy. Number 35. The Defender Iron Fist enters Rivals as our next duelist character. He's seen as a combination of Lucio's mobility and Doomfist's mechanics. He can wall ride, boop enemies, and use block abilities to absorb damage and empower his attacks. Number 36. Iron Fist is voiced by Stephen Fu, whose past roles include Lancelot in Grand Blue Fantasy Relink and Blight in Dead by Daylight. Number 37. Our next duelist is Iron Man. With his suit, he's a highly mobile DPS hero with flight capabilities and vertical combat capabilities. Iron Man combines Pharah's explosive projectiles with Echo's precision beam. His playstyle also emphasizes sustained aerial dominance and massive area of effect impact. Number 38. Josh Keaton provides the voice behind Iron Man. Keaton's voiced other superheroes in the past, like Spider-Man in Spectacular Spider-Man and Hal Jordan/Green Lantern in the DC animated universe. Number 39. Iron Man's MCU skin is pulled from Avengers Endgame, and so is his MVP animation, as it's a reference to the moment when he and Rescue are double teaming it against Thanos' forces. Number 40. That's not all. Being a skin from Avengers Endgame, the MVP animation ends with a snap, referencing this iconic moment from the film. Number 41. When assisting the Spider-Zero convoy on Tokyo 2099, Iron Man will strike up a conversation with Spider-Zero, referencing Fujikawa Industries. If you pay attention to the surrounding areas of the Tokyo 2099 maps, you might spark Stark Fujikawa logos. In certain comics, Stark and Fujikawa Industries merged to become one big conglomerate called Stark Fujikawa. Number 42. The next duelist, the Mutant Magic, is a melee-focused disruptor who dives into enemy backlines using portals to break formation. Magic is seen as a combination Reinhardt and Doomfist, with Reinhardt's heavy melee swing, with some Doomfist-like abilities such as Umbral Incursion for an upward strike. Suffice to say, she excels in close-range combat. Number 43. Magic gets their voice from actress Abby Trott, who voiced Annette in Fire Emblem Three Houses and Nezuko in Demon Slayer, with what few lines she might have. Number 44. Moon Knight comes in as a mobile DPS hero who clusters or knocks enemies into the air with abilities like Moonblade and Hand of Khonshu. He has Echo-like movement from Moonlight Hook and Hanzo-style area of effect ultimates. Number 45. Moon Knight's voice is provided by Eric Bra. Bra's other voice include Gar in Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, Draven in League of Legends, along with additional voices in Diablo 3. Number 46. One alternate skin for Moon Knight is that of Mr. Knight. The dapper-looking Mr. Knight is Moon Knight's suave, detective-like persona, characterized by a white suit and a focus on solving crimes through intellect and diplomacy. Number 47. The Sea Prince Namor joins Rivals as a duelist that fans consider a blend of Torbjorn, Orisa, and sometimes Mei, and sometimes Symmetra. He's a turret-based hero who combines long-range pressure with powerful melee strikes. He can summon Monstro spawn turrets with Aquatic Dominion, buffing them with Wrath of the Seven Seas for enhanced damage. He also uses tridents as ranged projectiles like Orisa's Javelin, and a temporary water bubble shield for defense. Also, Torbjorn. That's Torbjorn right there. Number 48. Namor is voiced by Daniel Marin, who voices Gus in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare reboot series, as well as some additional voice lines in Ghosts of Tsushima. Number 49. Not only does Namor look good in his MCU-inspired outfit, but his MVP animation references scenes where his troops invade Wakanda in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Number 50. The mutant hero Psylocke is our next duelist, and she excels in stealth and precision, using psychic stealth for invisibility to strike from the shadows. Her psionic crossbow reduces cooldowns and enhances survivability, while wing shurikens and attack dashes add versatility. Some say she combines Sombra's stealth mechanics with Venture's dash-based playstyle. Number 51. Psylocke gets her voice from Alpha Takahashi, who's provided voices for Hanako Arasaka in Cyberpunk 2077 and Yuki in Ghostwire Tokyo. Number 52. The Punisher is a versatile ranged DPS hero, excelling in close and medium range combat with a diverse arsenal of 4 weapons. This includes an assault rifle akin to Soldier 76. Number 53. Bill Millsap voices the Punisher. Millsap's past voice roles include Angeal in Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion and Brock Mason in the Dead Rising Remaster. Number 54. Our next duelist character is the Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch specializes in sustained damage and high utility. A lot of people compare her to Moira because her primary fire is kind of like this auto-aim biotic grasp. but also she's like Diva because her ultimate puts her up in the air and explodes, kind of like Diva's exploding mech. Number 55, Scarlet Witch is voiced by Kate Higgins, who's voiced Pauline in past Mario games, Sakura Haruno in Naruto, and Talim in the Soul Calibur series. Number 56, Scarlet Witch's MCU skin takes inspiration from her villainous role in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. The MVP animation attached to the skin even references the moment in the film where she's literally ripping through space and crawling into the Kamertage. Number 57, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man swings his way into Rivals as a duelist as well. Spider-Man is a high-mobility dive DPS hero, combining Genji's agility with the utility of Roadhog's hook. He excels in fast-paced combat with wall climbing, double jumping, and dashing, while his web grab pulls enemies for follow-up attacks or team setups. Number 58, Yuri Lowenthal returns as the voice of Spider-Man, having voiced him in Insomniac's Spider-Man games. His other roles include Smoke in Mortal Kombat 1 and Sasuke Uchiha in Naruto. Number 59, while Spider-Man doesn't have a maskless skin, you can see what Peter Parker might look like in Rivals. In the Tokyo 2099 Shin Shibuya map, there's a wall that shows an image of Peter Parker. Number 60, Spider-Man's MCU-inspired MVP animation pulls from No Way Home, with Spider-Man dodging enemy attacks before landing alongside two other Spider-Man, referencing the moment when the three Spider-Man are together at the Statue of Liberty battle. Number 61, one of the sprays that comes with the No Way Home bundle references the Spider-Man pointing meme. However, it has 3 Spider-Man instead of 2, obviously. Number 62, although the bundle is called the No Way Home bundle, the actual costume that the skin is referencing seems to be the Iron Spider costume. Number 63, players on the PlayStation 5 can get an exclusive Scarlet Spider skin. For those that don't know who the Scarlet Spider is, the Scarlet Spider is not Spider-Man. He is Kane Parker, a clone of Peter Parker, and often seen as an anti-hero. Number 64. When Spider-Man and Venom are together on a team, Spider-Man's suit gives off some symbiotic-like tendrils. Number 65. Getting closer to the end here is another duelist, Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl is a chaotic range DPS hero and excels in area damage and disruption. Her burst acorns are kind of similar to Junkrat's frag launcher and gives off some area effect attacks. Not to mention, her ultimate summons a horde of squirrels to overwhelm opponents, making her a fun and disruptive force on the battlefield. Number 66. Squirrel Girl is voiced by Milana Vaintrub, who some might recognize as the voice of Lunda in God of War Ragnarok, or as the actress from all those AT&T commercials that people are thirsting on. Number 67. Star-Lord brings a mix of Tracer's speed, Reaper's close-range ferocity, and Soldier 76's tactical versatility. Star-Lord is fragile. Whenever I use him, he always dies. But his high mobility and skill ceiling make him a dangerous foe in the hands of people who are actually good at the game. His kit rewards players who can manage resources like his version of dashes and ammo efficiency, focusing on key targets and adapting to changing battlefield dynamics. Number 68. Scott Porter, who is no stranger to voicing Marvel characters, comes in to voice Star-Lord. Some of his past roles include Harry Osborn in Insomniac's Spider-Man, Cyclops in X-Men Legends, and outside of Marvel, he's Heimdall in God of War Ragnarok. Number 69. When using his Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 skin, Star-Lord's MVP animation references a key moment from that film, specifically the scene where the Guardians are fighting off against the High Evolutionary. Groot can even be seen in this animation, akin to that part of the film. Number 70. Storm is a hybrid support DPS hero who empowers teammates with weather controlling abilities. Her Tornado increases ally movement speed, and Thunder boosts their damage. She has ranged attacks called Wind Blades, which combines Echo's precision and Pharah's projectile style. Number 71. Storm is voiced by Mara Junot, who's voiced Sindel in Mortal Kombat 1, Evelyn Parker in Cyberpunk 2077, and Alison Leoric in Diablo Immortal. Number 72. Our last duelist, Wolverine, claws his way into Rivals as a relentless melee-focused hybrid brawler/DPS hero. He is very ferocious, and he thrives in close combat, because he can sustain himself using regenerative healing capabilities. Abilities like Berserker Rage and Undying Animal make him an unstoppable force, which is really good in prolonged engagements, where he can overwhelm enemies. Number 73. Just like Venom, Wolverine is also voiced by Steve Blum. Number 74. Wolverine gets a MCU alternate skin in the form of his Deadpool and Wolverine outfit, complete with a MVP animation referencing the bus fight moment in Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 75. Our last character type is the strategy character. These are support heroes who specialize in buffing, healing, and reviving allies to maintain team momentum. Number 76. The gold-skinned, artificially created sovereign powerhouse, Adam Warlock, brings his specialty to Rivals as a precision-based support hero who combines powerful healing with the abilities to revive allies. People like to compare him to a combination of Mercy because of his healing capabilities, alongside Zenyatta. Number 77. Adam Warlock gets his voice by Jordan Reynolds. Reynolds has provided his voice for several video games such as Street Fighter VI, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, Ace Combat 7, and so much more. Number 78. Adam Warlock's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 skin gives him an MVP animation that references his flight during the Counter-Earth fight where he was dodging explosions left and right. Number 79. Cloak and Dagger enter the fray as a dynamic duo, blending strategy and support with Cloak's healing and invisibility fields for allies and Dagger's damage amplification and offensive utility to turn the tide of battles. Players can actually switch between the two depending on the situation so that they can have maximum efficiency. Cloak's voiced by Hakim Iskire, whose voice can be heard in Grand Theft Auto Online, Cyberpunk 2077, and Diablo 4. Number 81. Dagger, on the other hand, is voiced by Xanthi Huynh, who you might recognize as Haru in Persona 5 Royal, Marianne in Fire Emblem Three Houses, or Sailor Palace in Sailor Moon Cosmos. Number 82. Jeff the Landshark is a chaotic yet lovable support hero. Unless you're on the receiving end of his antics, then Jeff is the worst. Jeff utilizes area of effect healing with disruptive utility by spraying allies for healing. People compare him to Moira and Anna, and his ultimate move is a move that allows him to swallow enemies and toss them off the map. Number 83. Jeff the Landshark is voiced by John Bailey. Bailey's voiced Soundwave in Transformers 1 and Titan in Destiny 2. Number 84. Loki, the god of mischief, brings a mix of healing and illusion-based abilities to the battlefield, using long-lasting invisibility to outmaneuver enemies and regeneration domain to convert damage into healing and prevent death. His ultimate mirrors Echo's hero duplication, instantly activating the duplicated hero's ultimate, making him a versatile and deceptive force. Number 85. Loki's voiced by the great Troy Baker, whose voice can be heard as Joel in The Last of Us, Booker DeWitt in BioShock Infinite, Higgs in Death Stranding, Delsin Rowe in Infamous Second Son, and way too much for this list. Number 86. Loki gets an alternative skin that pulls from his MCU counterpart, specifically from the end of Loki Season 2. The MVP animation attached to the skin even takes inspiration from the moment when Loki becomes the god of stories and grabs the many branches of the multiverse. Number 87. Luna Snow is a precision-based healer who balances offense and support with her light and dark ice projectiles. People say that she's a combination of Kiriko, Zenyatta, and Ana. Number 88. Judy Alice Lee voices Luna Snow. Lee's other roles include Melanoe, Echo, and Jetty in Hades 2. Outside of Hades 2, she's voiced Unifi in Unicorn Overlord and Seraph in Black Ops 4. Number 89. Mantis is a semi-aggressive healer who regenerates HP and boosts ally damage with life orbs, requiring precise critical hits to replenish her resources. Fans say she's a blend of Mercy, Kiriko, and Brigitte from Overwatch. Number 90. If you recognize Mantis' voice in Marvel Rivals, then you might be familiar with Colleen O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy's voice Tails in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, Wasp in Marvel's Avengers, and Sora Takenouchi in Digimon. Number 91. Rocket Raccoon is a damage-heavy support hero who excels at keeping teammates alive from a safe distance, using bouncing repair orbs for healing and deployable units to revive allies, blending Mercy's resurrection with Baptiste's mortality field. Number 92. Nolan North plays Rocket Raccoon in Rivals, with North's other roles being Nathan Drake in Uncharted, Desmond Miles in Assassin's Creed, Deadpool in Deadpool 2013, and Penguin in Batman Arkham City. Number 93. When wearing his Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 skin, Rocket Raccoon's MVP animation references the hallway fight from that film. Number 94. The last of our strategy characters, the Winter Soldier, is a disruptive team player, using his bionic hook to reel in enemies for coordinated attacks and break down formations. Number 95. Winter Soldier is voiced by Elijah Mountjoy, who is also Kurt Hansen in Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty and some additional voices in Call of Duty Vanguard. Number 96. An alternate skin for Winter Soldier is Revolution. First appearing in Captain America's Sentinel of Liberty number 5, Revolution is a codename that Bucky Barnes adopts. Number 97. So, let's take a look at some maps. First off, we see a bunch of hidden details in the Tokyo 2099 Shin Shibuya map, where some of the characters we see on the walls are Captain America and Wolverine. Before the game officially launched, these two characters weren't part of the roster. However, as of writing this script, they are now heroes in the game. Alongside Captain America and Wolverine, spotted on a little post-it note is a tiny Deadpool face. And in addition to that, Dr. Doom appears as well. Are these hints that Deadpool and Doom might make an appearance in the future? Comment down below what you you think and what class of character that these potential characters would be. Number 98. One of the buildings on the Tokyo 2099 skyline features a company name called Latverian Cybernetics, another nod to Dr. Doom, who himself is the monarch of this fictional country. Number 99. Tokyo 2099 also features digital ads for a character named Yashida, which seems to be a reference to the character of Ichiro Yashida, otherwise known as the Silver Samurai. Number 100. In the Tokyo 2099 maps, there are unique conversations that the Spider-Zero convoy can have with certain characters. These characters include Spider-Man and Penny Parker, of course, but also other characters like Iron Man, which I mentioned before. Number 101. While we're still talking about Tokyo 2099, if you look around the environment, you can spot a ramen stand called Porker Ramen, referencing Peter Porker, otherwise known as Spider-Ham. Number 102. One of the storefronts in Tokyo 2099 is called Ninja Store, which has to be a front for something, right? Well, if you take a closer look, the store is littered with references to the Hand, which is a mystical organization for ninjas and assassins within the Marvel Universe. Number 103. The Shin Shibuya map also reveals that there's a $800,000 bounty on the Punisher. All things considered, I'm pretty sure it should be worth more, right? Number 104. There's a cool little Spider-Man arcade cabinet featuring 2 Spider-Men battling Kingpin found in the Ghostworks arcade. Number 105. Another map, Yggsgard, is a combination of Asgard and Yggdrasil, the World Tree. In this reality, Loki has become king of Yggsgard. Number 106. Much like the convoy vehicle for Tokyo 2099, Yggsgard's convoy vehicles are also a bit of an Easter egg. For Yggsgard, the convoy is a pair of screaming goats, similar to the one found in Thor: Love and Thunder. Number 107. Wow, we're at 107 already. Each season of Marvel Rivals has events where you can unlock gallery cards and bits and pieces of the story being told in Rivals. These gallery cards fill up digital comic books, which is a nice little detail considering that these heroes are ripped straight from the world of comics. And that's it for Volume 1 of 107 Facts About Marvel Rivals. I'm calling it Volume 1 because there's so much that we could talk about that I didn't even get to in this video. This is a live service game, meaning that there's always something. So, if you want more facts about Marvel Rivals, including teeny lore references, additional Easter eggs, and more, let us know in the comments below. This has been the Leaderboard, your home for video game facts.